name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T.
What's up, all you wrestling-loving dudes and dudettes? Toyshiz here, and I'm back yet again to give you guys another fresh look, and this time it comes courtesy of my friends over at Mattel. We are totally checking out their brand new former SDCC 2020 WWE ELITE Collection exclusive, Mr. T. Yeah, this guy, he went up for pre-order about a week and a half ago at Entertainment Earth, and just an FYI, for those wondering if you missed him the first time, on July 22nd, 2020, over on MattelCreations.com, no exact time just yet, just wait for more news on that, you will have a second chance, second opportunity to grab your Mr. T figure. So remember that, July 22nd, get ready for that. But I want to talk about the packaging really fast. Before we get to the figure, I give this to Mattel every year, all things. Their packaging rocks. They have such amazing designers. Have you seen the Jurassic Park exclusive? Like, right then and there, you'll know. But 2020, right there on the box. If anybody can save us from the year that is 2020, it is Mr. T. The artwork on the front, reminiscent of an old wrestling poster. And of course, right there, first time in the line for the WWE ELITE Collection. On the side, all that gorgeous 80s WrestleMania action. Of course, Mr. T in this sense, this form being Hulk Hogan's partner for WrestleMania. And I absolutely love the back of it right here. Really nice photo of Mr. T. I pity the fool. Screen grab this, laugh. It's amazing. Just, it's a perfect caption right there. And this as well, Mr. T pities the fool that don't be cool if you miss purchasing this figure. So just an FYI, on the 22nd, he's going to pity you if you don't buy him. But again, on all sides, except for this side, not much going on. But I will say the box itself is very reminiscent of an old VHS sort of deal, so it's kind of cool. Looks like a VHS slipcover kind of deal. You got really nice photos of Mr. T and Hulk Hogan inside, all the WrestleMania action, of course. He's going to drop this guy right there. And on the other side, of course, you see Mr. T himself. And the nice thing about it is all of this is removable. You can take Mr. T out, display him. You can put him back in. Really like this wording right there on the front. So you basically just pull him out. One thing I will say, he does have little twist ties you have to cut to get him out, or you can kind of finagle it. But yes, for the most part, you aren't really damaging anything, and you can throw him and his fists accessories back in. And once you do that, you are treated to a delightful, just awesome Mr. T figure. And I know you're probably saying, well, Toyshiz, you don't collect wrestling figures. You hardly ever talk about wrestling. Yeah, but Mr. T is the epitome of pop culture, and he is a must-have for anybody that collects toys. The photos alone, which we'll get to in just a second. But I did collect the Ghostbuster WWE figures. I thought those were fantastic. So I knew that I was getting into something good when I saw this Mr. T figure. He does come with a pair of interchangeable grabbing hands. You know, about ready to throw his opponent, grabbing a ring, something like that. You know what I mean? So they're easily swapped out. I really like the Army Fatigues jackets, all his jewelry, chains. The belt is removable, and I'll show you all that in just a second. Really stark contrasting red belt. It's adjustable if you want to make it tighter, but I think they nailed the face. I think that looks exactly like Mr. T. I like the hair going on. They nailed it. As far as paint and everything goes, really nice gold boots. The red and the blue shoelaces both look nice. His blue tights, the knee pads, I mean, they absolutely nailed it. It's Mr. T, but I think one of my favorite parts is all the jewelry and everything else. And here he is, minus the shirt and everything you can take off. You can take off his gauntlets. I had to leave the man's jewelry, of course, but you know, you can take off the shirt if you want to display him, either or. It just kind of velcros off really easily to put back on, off, what have you. The gauntlets slip off the wrists. Love his hands with all the rings and everything on there. They nailed it. This is Mr. T. It's so much fun. They got his mohawk, everything. Combo little instances of paint slop here and there. But like I said, put everything back on him. You got the perfect Mr. T figure. But let's check out the articulation. So as I said, the one thing I point out, the head is not removable, at least I'm not trying it, but you can slip off the jewels right there, all his chains around his neck. The articulation is pretty good. It's something that, you know, is very reminiscent of other figures that I do collect, not being ones that, you know, offhand, right off the back of my hand, but really nicely just done overall. And the shirt, nothing really hinders the articulation, but You will be able to move the head side to side. He doesn't look up at all, and he kind of sort of looks down. And I will say, sometimes the chains do get caught around his neck, under his chin, so you want to move it just a little bit. He does have an ab crunch. He'll go back and forth. Like I said, the shirt really doesn't hinder anything, single jointed elbows, and his hands will swivel and they'll rock back and forth. He can kick out about that much. Watch the knee pads. You don't want to break anything, kind of tear anything. They are a rubber piece. His feet will move. Not so much. I'm not sure about rocker on this. I did try to force it, but at the same time, it didn't sound too good, so I didn't force it, so just be careful. He does have boot swivel, and he does have thigh swivel as well. So overall, I'm very happy with the articulation. But like I said, not being a huge wrestling fan, I am a huge pop culture fan, and there's no better toy, no better figure icon to have on your shelf than Mr. T, especially like when, say, he teamed up with the X-Men to go after the Sentinels. Remember that? Of course you do. He beat the heck out of those suckers, made him pity the fool, and then did a PSA after about how to respect your robotic elders at the end of the day. And also he teamed up with the Ninja Turtles in a one-on-one rematch ring against the Shredder. He defeated Oroku Saki with Michelangelo and Leonardo behind him. And just an FYI, this is also to show scale, but we're having some fun with it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like when the Ghostbusters needed him to defeat Vince Clortho and 100-foot Marshmallow Man. Yeah, he tamed that terror dog and saved the day while the Ghostbusters and him all had Chinese food. You see where I'm going with this? He also beat up the Hulk. This is just a fantastic toy. This is a lot of fun. Get ready on my Instagram. I'm going to have lots of photos like this coming soon. Even teamed up with Spawn. Okay, enough is enough. But you see that he does scale with a lot of different companies, a lot of different brands. This goes with everything. And for having someone like Mr. T, an iconic pop culture icon, he fits for everyone, regardless if you're a wrestling fan or not. I highly recommend him. If you can grab one, remember, on July 22nd, over on MattelCreations.com, I'll put a link in the description below, you'll have a second chance at getting this figure. And while my figure does have a little bit of a paint drippage right there on the face, yeah, it's unfortunate, it's right there. I think overall, just because it's on mine doesn't mean it's going to be on yours, but they did, from package to figure to just capturing that essence, the face portrait of Mr. T, they rocked it. This guy will be a standout on your shelf. He'll be so much fun to pose with other figures, other wrestlers. Hulk Hogan. They nailed it. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comment below, let me know, and let's talk everything Mr. T. And again, thank you to Mattel, everyone over at Mattel. You know who you are, for allowing me to do this fresh look for you guys. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food. But most importantly, remember, I pity the fool who doesn't like this review. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.